What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Real Betis in La Liga. Club football is back after the very dead international break, and there's another one coming up in a month. I don't know if I can handle it, but Barcelona is back. We do have a run, I believe, of 7 games in the next 22 days, and we start off with Betis at home. A very, very difficult matchup, and of course, where we are currently sitting in the league, this is a must-win game for the blaugrana. It's gonna be tough, but hopefully we do get over the line. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so your regular kickoff time in La Liga, and this match will be taking place at the Estadi Olímpic Stadium in Montjuic, of course, the home stadium of Barcelona this season. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch, it will be Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez, and on the VR, it will be Santiago Jamileter. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table, where Barcelona currently sit in 3rd place in La Liga on 10 points. After playing 4 matches, we do have 3 wins and 1 draw, the exact same record as Girona in 2nd place, but they have scored 1 more goal than us. They do have 1 better goal difference, and that's why we are in 3rd place. Top of the table is Real Madrid, who have won all 4 of their 4 matches, and they have 12 points. Atletico Madrid, 3 points behind us, but their game last match day was suspended. I believe it was supposed to be against Sevilla, if I'm not mistaken, but the weather in Madrid was all over the place, so they postponed that match. That's why they don't have the same amount of games played, but they're still only 3 points behind us. And the fact that they still didn't play their game, they're still in the top 4, says how the league table is going so far. So again, Barcelona still on the right track, still undefeated, which of course is very important, but we're still trailing, of course, those 2 points behind Real Madrid. And if you took a look at the top opponents and who they'll be facing this weekend, Atletico Madrid will be traveling to Valencia, to the Mestalla. That could be a very tricky matchup. And then Real Madrid will be hosting Real Sociedad, so also difficult matchup, but they are at home, so that should be, I believe, a win for them coming off the international break as well. They do have a few injuries on Madrid, so we could see them draw points. The Real Sociedad have an absolutely fantastic game. Of course, Takigubo for them has been an absolute roll. I don't know why I used Storl as a picture, because he's not there anymore, so that's an L on my part. But so the other teams do have some difficult matchups. We also do have one, but we do have home court advantage, you could say, alongside the Real Madrid as well. So it's going to be a very tasty matchup this weekend, and we'll see who picks up the win and who potentially draws points. Hopefully Real Madrid can end up dropping points against Sociedad, and if they do, Barcelona have to be there to pounce, and that's why we have to focus on our own match and then look at the results afterwards. Now, if you take a look at our opponents in Real Betis and where they're currently standing in the league table, they are currently sat in 7th place in La Liga on 7 points. After playing 4 matches, they do have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. So a very even start to their campaign. I think for their stature and their squad, maybe they have take away that loss and turn it into a draw. You'd say that's a good start. So with that loss very early on, first 4 matches, you can say that Real Betis are having an okay start to the La Liga season. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Real Betis. Like I mentioned in the intro, they're one of the best teams in the league in terms of their actual squad, their manager, and of course their objectives as well. They're one of the better sides in the league, and this will be a difficult matchup. But the last time we did play Real Betis was at home, of course, our actual home at the Camp Nou, and we did beat them 4-0. Of course, Christensen, Lewandowski, and Raphinha all getting first half goals. We went into the halftime 3-0 up. And of course, Guido Rodriguez got an own goal, I believe, around the 80th minute. The lineup we did use for this game is on the screen. We could maybe see a similar style of play, similar formation, but of course, Busquets has gone and Pedri's injured, similar to Araujo as well. So there's already 3 key pieces to that team no longer there. But again, the capabilities are there from Barcelona. We can definitely dismantle these teams. You could say maybe Real Betis had an off day during this match, but again, when it goes toe-to-toe, it is difficult. I believe in the away leg, we only beat them 2-1. So again, it is a very, very difficult matchup for Barcelona. But the last time we could say the mental advantage. We actually thrashed them 4-0. Now, if you take a look at Real Betis' last 6 matches in all competition, in their last match, they beat Rayo Vallecano 1-0. They lost to Athletic Club 4-2. They drew 0-0 at Atletico Madrid. They beat Villarreal 2-1. They also lost to Real Sociedad 1-0, and they also lost to Sevilla 1-0. I believe those 1-0 losses are in preseason. So again, their 1 loss in the league did come against Athletic Club. They faced Atletico Madrid, Vallecano, Villarreal. That is a very, very difficult start to the La Liga campaign. The fact they came out of it with 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, in retrospect, you could say isn't too bad. Let's take a look at some of those games quickly. Of course, the 3 last matches all competition. First up, 0-0 against Atletico Madrid. Of course, this is at the Benito Villamarín, their home stadium. Live in their typical 4-2-3-1 formation. Very, very good squad. As you can see, Borja Iglesias up front, Jose Perez, Isco in the 10, Marc Roca and Guido Rodriguez as your double pivot. Luis Felipe, who they have sold now, he's no longer there. They have, of course, Pizzella, World Cup winner, Rui Silva in goal. Very, very strong squad. And of course, Atletico Madrid, did line up with their typical 4-4-2 or 3-5-2 in transition. Very, very even matchups. Real Betis had more of the chances, but in the end, both teams couldn't finish what they created. Next up is Betis' 4-2 loss to Athletic Club at the new San Mamés. Now, if I'm not mistaken, as you can see by the timestamps, Real Betis did go 2-0 up, and I think Athletic Club brought it back to 3-2 before halftime, and then 4-2 in the second half. So you could say Betis did capitulate in this match. This was very much, them playing well in the final third, but behind in the back 5, they were absolutely all over the gaff, and you can see that from their player ratings. In the end, they were clinical, but they also leaked a lot of goals as well. And finally, the last match in all competition was a 1-0 victory against Rayo Vallecano, and it came from a William Jose free kick. Again, another very, very even matchup, and this came down to the individual brilliance of William Jose to score the free kick and give them the 1-0 victory. Again, I would say the defensive performance this match was very, very good, even though they did leak a few chances against Rayo Vallecano. But in the final third, they were also very clinical as well. In the end, they walk away with 3 crucial points. So overall, final thoughts on Real Betis. Of course, they're an absolutely fantastic team, excellent players, and they're very well managed by the manager, Manuel Pellegrini, a very experienced manager. Of course, won the Premier League with Man City, used to coach Real Madrid as well. A very strong tactical mind in Pellegrini, and again, their side is absolutely very, very strong. They do, of course, have 6 former Barcelona players in their squad. Let's see if I can name them off. We have, of course, Claudio Bravo, Hector Bellerin, Abdi Chadriyad, who won there last summer, Marc Bartra, and I'm missing one more I can't think off the top of my head. But nonetheless, they do have 4 players there, and if those players do end up starting, they do have a point to prove. I think Pellegrini did mention that in his press conference a few minutes ago as well. So the quality of side is there. They're a very, very good team. They're definitely, I would say, a Europa League team at the very minimum when they're all, of course, on their day. They have new signings, of course, Isco, who's been absolutely fantastic for them so far. Marc Roca on loan from Leeds as well. He's been doing great. So this team is very, very strong. And for Barcelona to win this match, they have to outplay them, put them under pressure, because we saw, of course, in the match against Athletic Club, when they're put under pressure, they capitulate. So Barcelona have to be very, very strong in their attacking transitions, and most importantly, score your chances, because Betis will only leak a few, and if they do end up only leaking a few, you have to be very, very clinical. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. This press conference this morning, of course, has asked a lot of questions from the media about the current state of the squad, upcoming fixtures, players coming in January, him being nominated for the Best Coach of the Year award from FIFA as well. So a lot to get into, very, very key quotes as well. So let's get and see what Xavi had to say this morning in his press conference. Started by saying that Real Betis is a great team, very technical with high-level footballers. I've always liked watching Pellegrini's team, and it will be a game with highly contested possession, but we do have 3 games at home now in the next 7 days, and we need our fans to come and support us. Of course, the attendance at the Montjuic has been very, very low recently. We, of course, only had 1 home game. And then he was asked about the women's national team. Of course, the women's national team came out, I believe, this morning, all saying that they're not going to come represent their nation unless things are changing in the board directors in the RFEF. Of course, Luis Rubiales did resign a few days ago, but they want more change, and Xavi said, I don't know the women's players' reasons for not going for the national team. They already have issued a statement, and everyone should explain it. It is them. We must speak clearly and leave no room for confusion, and they must clarify clearly what has happened. Then asked about Lamine Yamal. According to reports, Lamine Yamal could be rested tomorrow as he hasn't been playing a significant amount of minutes lately. Xavi said, look, you told me 3 weeks ago that I didn't dare to put him in, and now you're telling me that I use him too much. Whether he starts to come off the bench, he's going to be important for us. He's a natural talent to make a difference, and there is no problem. Great point from Xavi. He's absolutely spot on with that. Xavi was then asked about his contract renewal. He said, look, I'm happy and the project is continuing. My contract renewal will be announced in the next few days. Again, we already know Xavi's renewal is done. It's just now about how long his contract will be. Will it be until 2025? Or will it be until 2026? Xavi continues on by saying that when they speak badly of me, I lie because you had to put a lot of blame on me for this year. But it turns out I'm nominated for the Best Coach of the Year award. It's a credit of the club and the players who are the protagonists. So a little shot there at the media. Goes on to say that we believe that we have suffered very good amount in competitive squad. Yes, it's small, but we do trust the players and La Masia a lot. We see their talent, and I will definitely give them opportunities. Of course, we do have quite the thin first team squad at the moment. Then he was asked about Abdi, saying that we do have a purchase option. Abdi isn't completely gone from our hands quite yet. He always wanted to play as a starter, but I couldn't promise him that in light of the existing competitiveness in the squad. So again, Abdi wanted to be a starter. Xavi said he couldn't really guarantee him that, and that's why he decided to leave. My level of satisfaction with the new organization chart is excellent. I have good contact, of course, with Deco and Boyan. Of course, he did play with both of them, and I get along with them very well. I know the club well, and it's an advantage that we have them now on our side. So again, he's very happy with Deco and Boyan now being the replacements, you could say, for Jordi Cruyff and Matteo Alemán. Then talks about the squad. There will be some rotation tomorrow out of necessity because in 22 days we have 7 games and we have to make changes because the calendar demands it and the players need it as well. Then he gives an injury updates firstly on İlkay Gundogan, saying that Gundogan had a blow to his back. We'll see how he does today later on in training, and we will decide tomorrow. Although imperishable, he should be fit for the match. That doesn't potentially mean that he will be a starter. Then he asked about Araujo, and the Araujo's production is going well, and he should be available at some point next week. So he could be maybe on the bench for Royal Antwerp in the Champions League, or maybe Celta Vigo. I believe it's Celta Vigo in the next weekend's matchup. Xavi continues on by saying that the demand to win here is greater than at any other club in the world. He's then asked about Victor Roque's arrival in January. This is probably the best quote of his press conference. Of course, we got the wage bill cap released by La Liga. That looked too great for Barcelona, but Xavi saying that Deco has told me that Victor Roque will come in January. We'll see, but in principle there should be no problem with his incorporation, although I don't think it's time to talk about it either. Wow, I am very, very happy about this, but I'm still very, very skeptical. Of course, the reports in the media, I think Luis Rojo came out saying it, Helena Codé saying that, look, bringing in Victor Roque will require either another economic lever, a salary reduction from someone, or a sale. We cannot just bring him in. Something has to happen. So we'll see if Deco's already planning maybe, the renewal of De Jong to reduce his salary, maybe another economic lever, maybe he's planning on selling one of the players out on loan. I don't know, but Xavi has been told that Victor Roque is coming in January, and for me, that is an absolutely massive boost. Xavi then was asked about the current form of Ferran Torres, and he said, look, I told Ferran yesterday that what he did has great value. He changed the situation for himself. He's an example for his teammates, and he will be important for us. Of course, Ferran Torres has done an absolute mad one recently. Xavi was then asked about the injury worries in the squad. Of course, the report came out this morning saying that the club now want to really focus on the injury issues at Barcelona. They want to know what all the players do on their spare time. That could be maybe, intensify injuries. But Xavi says, look, all the players have an injury prevention plan. We should now focus on Pedri. There are injuries in all teams due to the demand of the schedule, and also comes in from fatigue and stress as well. So we'll wait and see how things materialize with that. And finally, Xavi was concluded off by saying that we'll see in June this team is better than the one that we had last year. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Real Betis tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best to predict his lineup. I think it will be very difficult to predict because he is saying that there will be some rotation, but will he actually rotate? Because Xavi has said in the past we're going to rotate. He'll bring in like 1 or 2 players. But I think Xavi will go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think he'll go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back 4 of Roberto, Koundé, Christensen, Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Romeu, Frankie de Jong, and Gundogan, and a front 3 of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Gavi. I would be shocked if there is one change from Xavi from this lineup. Honestly, I think this lineup is set in stone. Cancelo's only played about 20 minutes. Do you think he's really understanding the system and stuff like that? I think the rest of that back 5 is set in stone. I think he will risk Gundogan. I think we'll end up seeing Pedri on the left, and we'll have Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal on the bench. I'm very, of course, pessimistic with this selection. I wouldn't agree with it at all, but I'm trying to predict what the manager's doing. And to be fair, I have gotten Xavi's past 2 lineup predictions absolutely 100% correct. And I have a funny feeling he will go very, very anti what the fans want. Of course, the fans want to see 2 pure wingers, strong midfield, Cancelo at the right back position. But I don't think Xavi will do that quite yet. Of course, we have Romeu, who did not go on international duty. Christensen only played 1 game. Balde only played, I think, a game and a bit, or just 20 minutes in the second game. So we do have players, with some sort of freshness in the side. But Frankie de Jong did play a lot. Lewandowski played a lot. Christensen only played 1 match, so I think the squad in terms of international duty is very, very balanced, and that's why I think Xavi will go with this lineup on the screen right now. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Xavi's gonna go with. Now I'm gonna show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach, and I have, of course, made a few changes from Xavi's lineup selection. I have gone with this lineup On the screen right now, I've gone with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Cancelo, Koundé, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Romeu, De Jong, and Gavi, and a front three of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres. First up, I would not rest Gundogan. I let him take, a little bit of a game off, and then of course Royal Antwerp and Celta Vigo. He'd be in the starting lineup 100%. I would of course go with Cancelo at right back, because I think Cancelo, with only 20 minutes at Barcelona compared to Roberto's 350 games at Barcelona, at right back, I would still pick Cancelo. I would bring Gavi into midfield with Gundogan's absence, and I would put in Ferran Torres on the left-hand side. I think Ferran Torres, this is his moment to come into the squad and make a statement. More so, I'm starting Ferran Torres more so to rest Lamine Yamal than to actually start Ferran Torres, if you know what I'm trying to say. Raphinha, of course, will be on the right. Of course, Raphinha has just come back from Brazil. I think he's only done one training session with Barcelona, so we could see Ferran Torres on the right and Lamine Yamal on the left. But the rumor is that Lamine Yamal will be on the bench. He's played too many minutes, and Raphinha didn't play too much with Brazil. I think he played a full 90 and a 60, I believe. So he does have some of that freshness, and of course he's coming off a 3-week no playing football whatsoever with that red card that he did pick up against Getafe. But that's the lineup that I would select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know if you'd rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup. Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I think it will be a very, very tight game. We're just coming off the back of the international break. I think, of course, Betis are a very, very good side. I have gone with Barcelona to win this match by 2-1. I do think we will concede. I hope we get the clean sheet. I think that will do, the confidence so good for Ter Stegen and Koundé, Cancelo if he starts, Christensen as well. But I feel like Betis will catch us on the break maybe, or maybe work a well-worked goal. But I think in the end, with the objective for Barcelona being at home, I think we will nearly win this match. But it will come down a lot to Xavi's lineup selection. He has to pick the right team. Again, I would go with the two wingers as well. If he's pessimistic and does this forward midfield again, I would be worried. But again, you can look at the forward midfield. It did get 3 wins and 1 draw so far in La Liga, but it hasn't been convincing by any means. But we'll wait and see. I think again, Xavi's going to play a key role in this, but I've nearly gone Barcelona winning this match by 2-1. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think the score line will be. So that's a match preview for Barcelona versus Real Betis in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing, firstly, of course, is your score prediction, and secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with? You're the manager. Leave me all your thoughts down below, and also your thoughts on Victor Roque coming in January. You think that will happen or not? And of course, make sure you subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join and watch the game with me. Follow for the match by my match review. See you guys tomorrow. Big game ahead. We need the 3 points. Absolutely nothing but the win. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah!